pause, I would like to say this is really one of them videos. I'm not gonna lie, I'm editing it right now, but this is one of them videos. If you find this topic interesting, I suggest you watch all the way to the end because I dropped a lot of gems in this. All this was off the dome, by the way. I know this video was long, but it's really worth watching all the way to the end. I'd just like to say that. Now let's get into the video.
Okay, let's talk about Kevin. Because originally women were finding this very attractive in the comments and now they're calling it creepy. But why?
Guys need to understand the difference between the male and the female gaze.
Then the female gaze, like this is definitely real. Because my girl sees this, she calls this corny swole.
Women go through a cycle of different aesthetics that they like. One day it's the soft girl era. Now it's the hot girl summer era. Ask all these little pretty boys that be trying to do this. One moment and they into dark skins. Now they into light skins.
They get their nails done, they get their hair done, they get waxes, they get facials, they get their teeth whitening, they get lashes. Their maintenance is very similar. Two completely different aesthetics though. This does not work well with her.
Do you think he looks better before or after? Are you male or female? Well, you can already see the results. Men overwhelmingly thought he looked better after his transformation, whereas women thought he looked better before his transformation. To me, and many of the other women in the replies, this man, he's the type that's playing with your kids and sharing responsibilities around the house and being a good partner. And this guy, he's counting his macros and going to the gym 6 hours of the day.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you. See how by looking at the picture, she created a whole false aesthetic about what she perceived him to be. What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another reaction video, and today we are reacting to Astro Dior Plus. Shout out to Astro Dior. Salute. If you don't know, Astro Dior is the inspiration behind his channel. A while back, I was binge watching his channel, and I was like, man, you know what? I need to start doing reaction videos like that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Astro Dior. He's the blueprint behind this mug. You know what I mean? But also shout out to Tybuggy because he's reacted to Tybuggy today. And the video is men don't care about the female gaze anymore. If you don't know what the female gaze is, we about to find out. Yeah, shout out to the two brothers. You know what I mean? I'm big fans of both of them. Maybe one day we'll all be on a live panel or something and we reacting all together or something. You know what I mean? But before we get into the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We keep it a PG. There's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug. You feel me? Without further ado, let's get into the video.
And today we're reacting to the female gaze trend is leaving men completely lost. I've been hearing about this female gaze, man. About the male gaze. What I don't even know what the gazes are, bro. What does this mean? Tybuggy, I'm sure, will let us know. Thank y'all for the love, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. Make sure y'all close out the end of this this quarter. You feel me? Strong, bro. Do the things you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Tell you feel me, you love them. Praise the Lord. Let's get into it, man.
Let's get into it.
So every day I'm getting closer and closer to feeling like I'm achieving unk status. See, I'm only 29, so I'm a little bit in denial. Know what I mean? But yo, these new words y'all be coming out with really be making me feel old. Like the other day I was texting one of my bros and he texted me IDGT. I looked at my
IDGT.
I seen this video already. But
Let me type it and see maybe if it looks familiar. IDGT.
I don't get tired.
I'm gonna take a guess and say I don't.
I'm up all night.
I don't get that.
Nah, I ain't know what it was at first either until I saw this
I don't
video.
know. Well, what's that?
phone and say, what? I literally texted him back, yo, bro, I don't know what that means. I had to search it on Google, everything. Google gave me something else. I had to say, no, in slang, Google. Give me the acronym in slang. I don't get tired. And I just wondered why he ain't text that. I'm really out here feeling like a bro. And today's no different. I always knew that ladies.
That's him one. He trying to make that one like a thing. That's the one off his top. He trying to like turn up, bro. I ain't never seen that. Hell no, I ain't going like that, bro. I haven't heard that one time. I don't get to IDGT. No, I've never seen it.
I ain't never heard that shit either.
Perception of attractiveness was different from a man's perception on attractiveness, just off of the way that they judge each other. Like, fellas, you ever heard a lady say, oh, she is so gorgeous, she is so pretty, and then you look and you're like, I'm not really seeing the attraction.
Women say, women say that all the time, man.
That's how my girl be. My girl do the
same thing.
She looks so good. I'm like,
So the new phrase for that is called the female gaze. And people are going viral right now for explaining the female gaze, what they find attractive in men versus what men think they find attractive. Check this out right here.
Guys need to understand the difference between the male and the female gaze. A lot of men want to get shredded and look like Chris Bumstead. And
I don't know nobody that wants to look like this unless they're trying to train. Because I think every person in this world understands that when you get too big, like my girl, she calls it, in the female gaze, that like this is definitely real. Because my girl sees this, she calls this corny swole. That's what she likes to call it. I just say, this is a swole that's like, if you're not competing, training, doing something like that, I just don't get it. When you see these people, they run strange. Their clothes, all their garments, either it's too tight or you got to get too big. So they got this big drapey ass. They fits don't be clean. When you get too swole, well.
And what bro is explaining is the female gaze. You know what I mean? A lot of times, us men, depending on the type of man, like I'm gonna be honest, I'm a creative, right? I'm a videographer, cinematographer. I work with a lot of rappers. I kind of do my own fashion thing, as you see with the hat. Shout out to Chris Brown, he went and inspired the hat, right? But and I did this myself. Like, I'm a whole creative, you know what I mean? With the rings, all that, right? So us in this creative space, I always say creativity, and I'm about to get off on a tangent, but I always say creativity is a feminine led thing. Creativity, women create life. And I don't know, I'm just being honest. Like, it's creativity sparks from like a feminine source. Not saying it's gay. I'm just being like, it's a lot of feminine energy and creativity. So us men in this space that like Dior used to be a producer, he into fashion, stuff like that. We kind of understand the female gaze. It's just subconscious. We don't really think about it. It's just part of it. That's why we understand like what's fly and what's not, what looks corny and what don't. Men that are like that lead with masculine everything, powerlifting, blue collar work. We mixed in with both. You know what I mean? I got a lot of I got a blue collar job. You know what I mean? I know how to fix a tire. I done changed my own alternator before. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, we get it, right? But men that are like manly men, like they don't really do all that creative shit. It's on some man shit, right? They think that looking like this is what's supposed to get all the women, because you're looking at it from a masculine point of view, not from a feminine point of view. And when you're looking at it from a masculine point of view, that's the male gaze. You are prioritizing what women should find attractive from a masculine standpoint. But that's what men look at as great. Women don't necessarily look at things like that. There are some things that's universal, like power, money. That's universal, right? But when you look at like fashion, when you look at personality, when you look at emotion, those are female gaze things. You know what I mean? So that's just to get that through your head if you kind of get what we're trying to say.
What else? They can't shoot a basketball. I know that's not everything, but it's like the only athletic thing done is, you know what I'm saying? You can't, but you're not agile, like, you know what I'm saying? I just would never want to be this swole. Does it look aesthetically like, yo, this is a swole guy? Like, he got muscles. Yeah, but I've always thought lean, you know what I'm saying? But I still think cut up look good. Like, you nice and cut up and lean, and you putting your work in, and even when you got some weight on you, like, again, I'm 6'2", 205. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I want to be big. I could even see 215 being my max, where I'm like, oh yeah, a big guy. Like, I just want to be like a large person, but I'm not trying to be like this though. You feel what I'm saying?
I think when they get shredded and look like Chris Bumstead, the hoe should just be flooded in. If you look at top fitness influencers like Shizzy, D-Tran, most of their audience is 18 to 25-year-old dudes. I'd argue maybe 10% of their following is women. Now, I'm not saying these influencers made content with the hopes of just getting women. No, right. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you decide to go down the path of trying to look as swole as possible, thinking you're going to get girls, that's not the actual best way. You see, that's how we value each other based off how swole we are, what's our bench, what's our deadlift, etc. But in reality, if you want to get some girls, you follow this method. For example, he never talks about his physique. He never talks about what supplements he's taking and his workout routine for his shoulders. You know what he does talk about? Mental health. What you do see? His dogs. His page is centered around mental health, dogs, loving yourself, etc. And those are the things that women love. I guarantee you his following is about 60 or 50% women easily. Do you see the difference? Bodybuilders, 18 to 25-year-olds, 90% men, versus this guy, probably more than half women, and attractive ones. So if you're trying to do this content shit and you're mostly doing it for girls,
that's insane to say. If you're doing this content and you're mostly doing it for girls, that's wild. That is somebody's life. Just kind of crazy.
Things for the female gaze: mental health, loving yourself, cleaning, dogs, etc. I hope that cleared things up.
One thing that you have to understand as a man is the female gaze. What this is, a lot of guys get confused what's attractive to other men than what's attractive to girls. So a lot of guys end up doing things like growing a big scruffy beard, getting all big and bulky, just appealing to the look of other guys, what they think is attractive. Then these guys sit back and question, like, why am I not getting any girls? Well, the reason why you're not getting any girls is because you don't appeal to the female gaze. The thing is, with the male gaze, you're appealing to a woman who specifically like that look, whether it's the big scrolly look, the scruffy beards and stuff like that. A female gaze is appealing to most women. That's why it's the universal way that every guy should try to model their looks after. This consists of being lean, having a clean look, you know, like mustache, goatee, or shorter beard. Simply just not doing too much with your look and kind of having that pretty boy aesthetic. Think about all the guys that these girls be simping over on social media and stuff like that. Michael B. Jordan, remember Kelly Oubre, you got Keith Powers, Lando off all.
The thing about this while I'm watching it is, like, this is helping direct people on how to I feel like everybody these people are getting mentioned are people that kind of just are naturally living like this and doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of, I guess, if you want to get big or you want to do that because you want to do that. Not for, you know what I'm saying, the women and stuff like that. Now, some people are just so vagina deprived that they feel like they got to do this. Hey, if that's what you feel like you need to accomplish, do what you want to do. But just know that this is just I'd imagine the people the screenshots he's bringing up of people, like, this just kind of looks like the natural thing. You know, light-skinned niggas, we've done got at one point, you know, niggas was praised, and then we had our downfall, and people just be clowning us and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think he's just natural. Like, you just naturally, if you look like this, you just naturally are just like, you look like this. You know what I'm saying? This isn't like a.
And that's what I was getting at when I was talking about how I'm in that creative space. Like, I'm never gonna be that super macho, heavy lifting. Could I fake my way into that and make myself think I'm like that? Sure. But that's not who I organically am. Like, I'm not gonna be a Budweiser t-shirt, Texans hat wearing. I'm a fashion dude. I like being fly. Could I imitate any style? Sure, but that's not who I am. I'm gonna be who I am organically. You know what I mean? And that's what Dior is saying. Like, be who you are organically. If you that redneck, that lumberjack looking dude, there are women that like that. Now, if you just trying to max out your box potential, then hey, you can fake it how you want to. There's plenty of people that, if you look at Brent Faiyaz, women are crazy over him now, but back then it didn't work. You know what I mean? You just gotta understand how it works. Now, granted, financially it helps him to do that because he's an artist, so it makes sense. But for the everyday person, man, just be yourself. Now, granted, if you can take some of this advice and maybe sprinkle it on you, it might improve. But don't just go out and outright change who you are. I would never advise that.
Be this. Now, I personally, I've tried my best to not, I do try my best to not be light skinned, flicked up, and because I could get on there and do that. That's just not my swag as a person. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. Do what you do as a person. If that's you, just do you. Be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can do that all in the realm of trying and doing different things and just finding your aesthetic. But just, please, just be you. You know what I'm saying? This sounds like we're kind of, I just want to say that because it kind of feels like it sounds a little bit like these people are saying to shift your, like, kind of who you are or what you do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they doing it. They just help you understand, right? So a lot of times when people, I be seeing on these dang videos, people say, well, I'm not Chad or Tyrone. You just got, they're helping them understand why things are happening the way they are. Now, you choose to do with this information what you do with it. But this information can be helpful to you if this is something you're struggling with. Lord have mercy, these damn dogs.
Think about all the guys that these girls be simping over on social media and stuff like that. Michael B. Jordan, remember Kelly Oubre. You got Keith Powers, Lando off All-American. These are all examples of dudes that fit that aesthetic. Most girls are not attracted to that big, bulky dude with the long, scruffy beard, bro, and just all types of nonsense tattoos. These things appeal to the male gaze, but when you appeal to the female gaze, you'll open yourself up to a broader amount of girls and just being universally attracted instead of being.
And another reason why you don't want to just be shifting and just stay who you are, because if you don't know, women are very inconsistent. They follow trends right now. I watched a video by Janae, Janae Danielle, and she was talking about how women are now attacking a modest women. Women be going through trends. When I tell y'all, women love aesthetics. Women love aesthetic. If you know how to fit an aesthetic, women that like that aesthetic that's the cheat code. Women love aesthetic for sure. But anyway, women go through a cycle of different aesthetics that they like. One day it's the soft girl era. Now it's the hot girl summer era. Then it's the trad wife. Then it's the modest woman. Then it's the sports girl. Then it's the boss bee. Then it's the women love aesthetics, y'all. So I'm telling you now, if you out here shifting to get women, you gonna be shifting like a mother. Ask all these little pretty boys that be trying to do this. One moment, and they into dark skins. Now they into light skins. Now they into Eastern men. Now they into Hispanic men. It just, women aesthetics change. Men always like their big booties and big breasts since the beginning of time. Now, granted, you know, sometimes men are into like super skinny girls, but men have always had our different type of, for the most part, men like baddies, pretty girls, long hair, short hair, whatever. But men love, typically like the same. We don't go through trends. Women do that. And so if you going to start shifting, you're going to be shifting for a long time. So that's why it's like, just be yourself, bro. What's going to happen is you stay yourself and that cycle going to come around to you. And then you're going to have a period where you get a lot of women. Then when that cycle go out, it's going to circle its way right back around. That's the trick. That's the trick.
Niche attractive.
No amount of money and no amount of muscles can unlame a weak personality. So yeah, people might flock around you. Once they actually talk to you and realize there's no real substance there, yeah, people not going to want to stick around. But this idea of the female gaze is kind of interesting, because if you're trying to get an insight of what the ladies see, this might get you a little bit closer to it.
This about to sound very gay of me, but I love when titties just titty. And they don't even...
Like, what does that even mean? They know what it means. They're women. That's why, don't even worry about it, bro. Just do you. Just do you, bro. There's nothing wrong with it, though. I mean, we get it, but we're not about to be doing this. Like, we not. Just do you and wait for the cycle to come back around.
Have to be big. I just saw this video of this woman with itty bitties in this very nice dress, and they were just sitting. Like, it's really a marvel, like something just to look at. And I love that I'm a woman because I could look without being a creep. Because, ooh, when titty ain't nothing like a titty. And I swear for God.
A man that understands the female gaze will always build a following very fast and make a lot of money off of it. When you understand what type of videos you need to make, especially, it's really easy for men because they could just sit there and talk into the camera and women will be like, oh my God, she's beautiful. But what's so...
I will say, whenever I was on one of my streaming arcs, the most like female, I be talking like this, but I just hate, because I be feeling like I'm trying to sound like I'm just this fucking suave ass nigga that's just getting hope. But that's never been a problem for me to be attractive to women. But I just remember when I was reacting to Arlette, I used to react to Arlette on TikTok. Bro, that was the most female validation. Like, I was in that feeling like Duke Dennis. That was the most female validation I might have ever received. Because, like she said, I'm sitting there, I'm just talking, but you know, I'm just a clean cut guy. I got my glasses, I'm chilling. This is before I had the tattoos and shit. And I got my hat, and I'm just really supposed to just reacting. You feel me? Like I do now. But I was watching the Arlette thing. You know, the women, they like that, and you know, I was finding them viral moments. I was getting so much love on that DMs, and it was different time.
Genius about him is he understands that him having a very clean cut style, taking videos at the bookstore, look like he's well mannered, going to get women like nobody's business. Him taking pictures, looking like a family man. He's just taking it. And then even still showing a little bit of his body. You know what I'm saying? He looks good. He's well shaped. But the crazy and the best thing about him is he doesn't have a six pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in great shape. Like, he doesn't need it. Like, he has 1 million followers. And he has more followers than men who have what is considered the perfect physique in a man's eyes. But this genius knows
this is a wild photo. Like, this worked. It's kind of crazy.
Need that he is.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this male, female gaze stuff, you gonna thresh the line. That's why you gotta have your masculinity intact and your sexuality intact, and like know how to counterbalance it. Cause you're gonna be playing with the scale. You gonna be playing on that thresh line of borderline being homosexual. Like, people could see this and be like, this nigga gay. I'm just being honest with you. Like, most men would see this and be like, this nigga gay. But he know to play on that scale. He know how to balance that scale to where men gonna think what they want because it's a male gaze. But when you play on that scale correctly, women know you're not gay, but you play in that femininity area. That's why I was like, creativity, like I said in the beginning, creativity is a feminine or a construct, right? And when you know how to play on that scale correctly, you know how to appeal to women but not be gay. Now, he is gonna attract a lot of gay niggas. Gay niggas gonna like this. I'm just being honest. But that's just how you gotta know how to play on that scale. You know what I mean? And that's just how it works in that creative space. When you just gotta know how it works. You know what I mean? But you gotta play that scale. Because if you not playing on that scale correctly, then people just gonna start thinking you gay. You know what I mean? But if you play on that scale too wrong, then now it look like you simping. So you just gotta know, and niggas gonna always think you simping. But that's just how you just gotta know how to do it. It's an art. And like I said, creativity is a female game. Not a female game, a feminine game.
Great as is, and this is what works for women. 9 times out of 10, a woman is looking at your arms at the end of the day, looking at his hands.
I can see how this works online, like when somebody's just scrolling on your Instagram page. But does that same man, no Instagram page, get that same kind of love in real life? And the only reason why I ask that is because you could take a brother just like that, put him on a Pop the Balloon show, and I will question, will they appreciate all those small aesthetics about him, or will they see him?
And you know why it don't work in real life? Because you can only show so much creativity in real life. See, with Instagram, this is why it works online. Online, you're creating a portfolio. You can get very creative with your portfolio. Your Instagram is your portfolio. That's why all this is like men on TikTok, men on Instagram. It's portfolios. You can create an aesthetic. Remember I said aesthetic. You can create an aesthetic in real life if you know how to do it. If you know how to, cause this, bro, I'm about to listen to me. I'm telling you this is how it works. Look, this is how you do it in real life, but it takes time, right? This is why I say this. All this is a feminine game. You got to know how to play it. It's the way you dress. This is how you create a portfolio in real life, in person. The way you dress, the way you talk, your mannerisms, and the way you move, and the way you carry yourself. That's how you create an aesthetic in real life. If you master all that, you can perform this in real life. Thing is, that's very, very hard to do because you got to know how other people perceive you. You got to kind of have an out-of-body experience and sit in the eyes of other people and view yourself. That's why I say this is a creative game, and it's really not worth doing all this. But the reason why I know this is because I work with artists. Like I shoot music videos. So it's artists that I work with that, like, they make money doing this. Like, this is important for them because it creates an aesthetic and it creates a community of women like that. So that's why, like, I work with artists so I get why this works and how it works. Now, if you're a guy that's a blue-collar worker or a white-collar worker, you don't see people like this on an everyday basis because you're not in that creative space. But if you work with artists, you get it, right? So this is why. So if you do it like this, you create a portfolio in real life. The reason why most men can't do this in real life because you don't need to. You do this online because you had a portfolio online. That's why most men that are able to do this online because it's just easier to do that than it is to do it in real life. So it's all about creating a portfolio, and it's all about, mind you, take this if you don't take anything. It's all about creating an aesthetic. You can create an aesthetic in real life, but on Pop the Balloon, you don't get a chance to talk that much. You don't get a chance. You can show your personality, but you get a fine window to do it. And if you don't do it right, like I said with that skill, you can easily tilt it too much on one side and they pop the balloon. Social media, you have time. They can just scroll. And now you create that aesthetic. It's sad it works like this, but this is how women brain work. It don't make no sense. And to us, it's like, why is it this complicated? But women are like that. That's why when she said, I like when a titty just titty. Aesthetic. It's all an aesthetic. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's all that shit is. It's just an aesthetic, my nigga. That's all it is, bro. But you gotta fall in within that range. It's complicated, bro. But that's why I say I understand it because I'm in the creative space. Like I said, I shoot music videos. I've been doing this for 10 years. I work with artists. I've been working with artists for a long time. I get how it works. Can I do it? Just because I get how it works don't mean I can pull it off. You know what I mean? I don't fit all the aesthetics. And I don't got time. I got a girl, so I don't need to do all this. But I get it, though. I get how it works. It's just too much for an average dude to do. Don't even waste your time. Just be yourself and wait for that cycle to just find its way back to you.
Notice all these perfections, I guess, in a lady's eyes, and then still look for the thing that's wrong with him. So I don't know, that it's so subjective when we get to this female gaze thing, because is there really a set look? Like that guy said earlier in the video, women like that clean, soft look. I've seen women on the Pop the Balloon show call a straight man gay because he doesn't fit any type of street appearance. And then some women even say don't date pretty boys because then that'll make you look less pretty.
I remember I used to get that a bit like early on. People be like, and I don't like still say I don't like light skins or, you know, pretty boys or something like that. It used to make me upset because like I guess that's just kind of naturally what I exude and just kind of look like, you feel me? But I just feel like that's just not I don't know, bro. I feel like when you say pretty boy, it's the nigga that's like, yeah, like, you know, and, like, you know, and I'm always looking and like, But I really just I'm chilling. That's not me as a person. So when I hear that, it used to make me upset, but I just kind of understood that, like, just my features. You feel me?
Don't date pretty men. Why would you want that? All it's gonna do is neutralize your beauty. You ain't even gonna be pretty standing next to him no more. You're just gonna be regular.
Yeah, nobody listens to her.
All right.
She's a terrible example.
When you stand next to an attractive man and you're an attractive woman, now you're just regular.
She's not even realistic.
I pray for any woman that's out here listening to Sheer Seven's advice and taking it and running. But this goes to show what kind of women you'll attract by having a certain kind of aesthetic about yourself. Like if you're going for a future look versus something calm like a Jalen Hurts kind of look, the type of women that you're gonna attract will vary. But I think this video right here could break it down perfectly for you.
Okay, so a video recently went viral with this guy from the Pop the Balloon Challenge. He was leading
The lamest person in the world.
with his money, going really heavy about all the money he got rejected. Everybody was saying, oh, you women don't like when you leave with money and stuff like that. It's a way to do everything, and he just needed the right audience. So let's talk about it. Two type of the highest maintenance black girls are the bad and bougie black girls, elegant high class black girls. He would have did excellently with them.
Yeah. With them, he was able to get a few of them. You know what I'm saying? He was able to finesse a few of them for sure.
Excellent. Trust me. When
he talk, cause he and you could tell it works because he talking about that club shit and I be on the yachts and XYZ. Like, yeah, there's a certain type of succubus you can, you know what I'm saying, grab with that. Like, you feel me?
When they act like that, it's for a reason. He would have did really good with the bad and bougie types. The elegant high class types, you can't move like that. The positive for him with that is their maintenance is really similar. They get their nails done, they get their hair done, they get waxes, they get facials, they get their teeth whitening, they get lashes. Their maintenance is very similar. Two completely different aesthetics, though. Two completely different aesthetics. This does not work well with her.
Right.
Yeah.
If he wants to get a girl more elegant and more class in her, he'll have to tone it down. He's going to change his costume a bit. You know, hit it.
No, facts. But you also got to take into account, that's why I said this is a complicated game, and trying to break this down to a science is going to give you a headache. But if you want to know it is a science to it, because it's a formula. I ain't going to say it's a science, but it's a formula to it. And she breaking it down. But you still got to take into account the girls. Now, if they a girl, the bad and bougie and the elegant ones, if they in the same room, they might still turn you down because they trying to stay on code. So it's like, it's a lot. So now you gotta separate them so you can get a more authentic reaction from them. It's a lot, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, nigga. It's a lot, but I get it. It's a formula, and it ain't gonna work on everybody. Every girl is different, but there is some commonalities in this shit.
With this a little bit. And by this, I mean pretty much same thing, but toned down. You see, tuck it in, pull the chains down a little bit. He'll being able to be more fluid with this one. This is giving a whole nother vibe. He's leading, but she would have loved that. Okay, so people keep forgetting that black people are broken up by class heavily, okay? The suburban blacks versus the hood blacks, two different vibes, okay? Two different aesthetics, okay? So it doesn't matter what car he pull up in. They're not having it, okay? I'm gonna give you a personal experience. Yeah. So I have two very opposite sides of the family. One of my group of my family come from this. Other group of my family heavily comes from this, okay? Let me pull up with him and bring him to the family cookout. I promise you, I'm gonna get a call as soon as
You'll have a whole lot of things to say in somebody
15 minutes after I leave. Your grandma's in the emergency room. What's going on? Yeah, when you brought Darrell, she smelled the weed on Darrell and she just passed out. They take him to the emergency room to check her lungs. I'd be like, first off, his name is Steven, okay? And second off, he didn't have no weed. Oh, it must have been fentanyl. It wasn't no fentanyl. Look, JoJo, he can't come. Grandma's going to the emergency room to get checked out. He can't come. My best advice, stay in the middle, okay? Yeah. You don't want to go full seasonless dweeb, okay? You don't want to do that. You also don't want to go full Ray in them. You don't. Right in the middle, give you a lot of fluidity.
You can kind of bounce. You know what I mean? But like I said, this is a feminine game. The reason why most dudes are on either side, because they're not they're not participating in this game. They're just being themselves. And sometimes you just gotta do that. I'm not telling you to do none of this, but we're just giving you the information. You do with this information as you want. But as a guy that's somewhat in the middle, though I need to go to the gym, it don't matter. I got a girl, nigga. I ain't gotta do none of this shit anyway. But I'm getting what you're talking about. As a guy in the middle, this is accurate. This is a feminine game you're playing, and it's the meter gonna flow in between this, and it's gonna or it just circles itself right back around. But this is accurate.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Last thing I'm gonna say, if he wants to leave with money, he has to invite to a high-end restaurant with the higher class. He can't just come out the mouth, oh, I got 30K. No. Invite her to a restaurant and make sure to put that name in it. Make sure to say something you know she know. Tell her the blue duck, to something she know, okay? Then get the expensive gifts, shopping sprees, those big flower bouquet, you're fine. But he should have said, I want to take you out to and name the nicest day you can come up with. He'll be fine. And that's it.
And she makes some of the best sociology breakdowns. I definitely go check out her page. It's JoJo_Inspire on TikTok, bro. She got so many videos just like that, bro. Go check out her page. So I will say this, for myself, back when I was in the game, nothing served me better than when I did the whole clean look. Like, I used to call those my good shoes. My homie be like, yo, what you wearing, bro? I'd be like, yeah, I'm wearing my good shoes tonight. Now, I might put on my Cam Newton hat, and I usually like the hat.
Yeah, I bought one time. I was like, why did I do this? That was not me. I'm not doing. I'm a sports hat type of nigga. I can do beanies if I want to clean up a little bit. I might even be able to pull off one of them like old school black community Black Panther looking hats or whatever. I could probably even pull that off, right? But yeah, you ain't never seen me with no Cam Newton hat. Shit.
My nigga Tybuggy Ty, you an old man at heart, bro. You an old man at heart. I just know you a fedora type of guy, bro. I just know you fedora.
And I bought one. I'm like, why did I do that? I wore it one time, never wore that shit again.
Or like hat, whole thing around the hat be brown or black at the top, under the brim it be red. For sure, I know that's your swag. I rock with it though. I rock with it. I need to graduate, bro. I'm getting too old for these brands and fucking bricks and.
I had a time where I used to wear nothing but Vans. Then I had a time where not now, but then I was wearing nothing but Jordans. Now I'm in my boots era, where it's Timbs, loafers. I even got with tennis shoes. Ain't even Jordans like that. It's Sambas, the Adidas Sambas. You know what I mean? What else? I still got some Jordans, obviously, but yeah, boy, I try to stay off the crazy tennis shoes. I'm more into my boots era right now. I've been wearing Timbs quite often lately. You know what I mean?
And you know what I'm saying? You have some like what else, bro? You feel me? I need to just start going fedora Cam Newton fit, bro. You feel me?
Have my clothes kind of fitted if I'm wearing that kind of outfit, so my muscles could show, but at the same time I ain't got that bodybuilder build to the point where it look like I'm wearing my little brother's shirt or something like that. Right. But if you in there and you trying to attract women and stuff like that, location matters. The outfit you wear for that location matters because the audience might change. Just like Shorty said in that breakdown right there, that first look with the chains and stuff like that, yeah, that's gonna attract women. You know what I mean? A certain class of women, not the kind of women I would want to attract. It'll really attract women that's gonna chase you for your money. But location definitely matters. But I would not advise anybody to go out just to attract women. Be out here dressing a certain way just to attract women, because if you're doing that with hopes that you'll get results by wearing those nice shoes and wearing that nice shirt, that opens up a huge door for letdown instead of you being able to appreciate this new style that you have. Don't do it for them, do it for you, but understand what you may attract if you're gonna wear either or.
This video is the epitome of the female gaze. I don't know if there's anything sexier on this app than Jack Black singing Britney Spears, and I don't know if enough.
This is a feminine game. Remember I said that cycle? Now, do she really find Jack Black sexy? No. Her boyfriend probably looks nothing like this. He probably looks more like the stockier guy. I'm telling you, this is going to make your brain hurt if you try to follow this. Just be you. Women kind of in like, I'm just
and understand that. Like, sure, there's the classically handsome Chris Evans, Jason Momoa types, but let me tell you, I would risk it all for Jack Black. And I know I'm not the only one.
She'll risk it all for that bank account. Stop playing.
No hate towards Jack Black at all. But I guess I kind of question Jack Black with no money, Jack Black with no status. Does he still have a chance with her? If he walks up to her with his
that video doesn't even get recommended.
Walmart uniform on in Walmart, is she still gonna throw it all away for Jack Black? That's what I question. I feel like the internet female gaze and the real life female gaze is two different things. And in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the internet female gaze is monkey see, monkey do. If other women are saying that he's attractive, they start to see him as attractive too. But if you seen him in real life, would you real life find that man attractive? A lot of women like to hop on the trend of finding a man attractive, just like any other trend, just like a dance trend, just
aesthetic, trend aesthetic, they make that circle, brings his ass right back around. This shit gonna make your head hurt, bro. Because women are more, when it comes to, women are more psychological and social, what you know what I'm trying to say, when it comes to, when they find men attractive. It's deeper than just looks. It's the whole package. Men, it can literally be as simple as looks or as simple as your personality. And can we be complex? Well, yeah, we get complex when it comes to marriage and committing to you. But when it comes to just physical attraction, it literally is simple as looks sometimes, or as simple as the way you make us feel and like the way you treat us and shit. Right? It's not that complicated. But women it's a whole formula, and the formula can shift based off who you talking to. Just be yourself. That's the easiest way to go.
Any trend that you would see online, if it is trendy to say,
and not saying being yourself will get you the most women. I'm not saying that because that is not how it's gonna work. But being yourself will ease your peace of mind and allow you to find a woman that actually find your aesthetic, your natural aesthetic, attractive, instead of trying to mold to each woman aesthetic to avoid rejection. That's not how that's gonna work. You gonna go through a mental headache. You probably gonna have a stroke trying to do that with the mental gymnastics you gotta play to make that even possible.
This guy is attractive. It seems like more women will find that guy attractive. I don't know, but this video kind of breaks it down.
Okay, let's talk about Kevin. Because originally women were finding this very attractive in the comments, and now they're calling it creepy. But why? The term female gaze was thrown around a lot, and I'm going to talk about why it used to apply but doesn't apply now, even though he didn't change anything. So initially, people were really, really into this because he looks conventionally not attractive, you know what I mean? So him posting these videos, it's like a severe amount of confidence because in the face of what he looks like, he has confidence. So that's attractive. But where it switched was it kind of became his brand that people found him attractive. So now when he's posting these things, he's not posting it where the expectation would be people find him ugly. He's posting it expecting people to thirst after him. And that confidence comes across in a creepy, gross way. Especially
cocky, and women hate cocky. My girl done told me several times she hate cocky dudes. But if you're not confident, she also don't like that either. So it's in the middle, but it's also that scale. You gotta play on that scale. This is a feminine game we're playing.
Because of how he looks. Like the Billie Eilish quote, "Don't give an ugly guy a chance because then he'll be the worst person in the world." That sentiment. So he hasn't done anything differently, but the context with which his confidence is coming from has drastically changed, and that is why it no longer fits into.
See how analytical and pointless this is? To then rather just to live your life, wear what you like to wear, be the person you want to be. Look with the analytics of, so he because he thinks this way, his confidence was, well, this is.
It's true though. He's not wrong, but it is too much mental gymnastics for the average dude. Like I said, if you're an artist and like women is your fan base and you make money off this, I get why you would do this and go through this mental, because it's important. It actually helps you stay above flow. But as an average guy that just want women or want a companion woman that just want one companion woman, you don't gotta do all this shit. It's not necessary.
Exactly why. This is why it's best just to be like, yo, this is what I look like. Okay, this is what I got to work with. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses to look this way, look better. And I know I need to be a confident individual and, move with some sort of confidence. Other than that, and I understand that I have flaws just like everybody else, and it's not worth fixing it unless I genuinely want to fix it. Unless I'm like, oh, I need to fix this gap in my teeth. Oh, I need to fix XYZ. Like, if that's not what you want to do, gang, you're better off just living your life peacefully rather than fucking watching female gaze Kevin and What Changed videos.
Female gaze people talk about. But the interesting thing is, if people keep posting about how ugly he is and he continues to post like this, that confidence will swing back around to being attractive. You know what I mean?
Looking at Duke Dennis from the female gaze, I didn't know much about him, so I did some research on him. I believe he gained his following from Twitch, playing 2K and YouTube and all that stuff. So you saw him visually, but you also got a chance to learn about his personality. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. What's great about him is he tells stories in even his pictures about himself. You could tell that he's funny. He has a good time. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're going to have a good time, he's going to have a good time. He understands that people that are attracted to him want to see his full fit from head to toe. You know what I'm saying? He's very confident in the clothes that he wears, and he always got that stuff on. You know? He also pays attention to lighting, also the placement of where he's at, and understanding.
She did all that. That nigga ain't thinking like that. Let me tell you something. Pay attention to lighting and where he's at. This picture is overexposed. I can't see shit back there. But I get what she's trying. She's just talking. She's talking from a personal perspective. But some of the shit she's saying in here might make sense, but she is definitely talking from a personal perspective for sure.
What people want to see, especially how he poses. He also takes in consideration the colors that are in the background and how that matches his outfit and where's the best place to take these pictures. And another thing is he's giving you variety. Women love to see, especially black women, love to see a good smile, locks, and a man that looks like he's humble, but he got some money in his pocket. So if he takes care of himself, he's definitely going to take care of you. And one thing that he shows off and he's not afraid to do is to smile and to show his grill and to make sure that his grill is matching his chains. But even with that, he's showing you that he's well traveled. You know what I'm saying? He's getting out there doing new things. Skin is glistening and glowing. So you know he take care of himself. You know he got a skin routine. Hair is always manicured and everything. But that don't take away from his manliness. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna switch up.
Don't take away from his manliness. That perfect skill. Like I said, this is a lot, but y'all gonna be fed up by the end of this video. I'm telling y'all, because this is annoying. But it don't matter because I'm in a relationship, so it don't matter. But I could get, if you're a single man and you trying to figure out this dating shit, this can be fucking annoying. Just don't do it. But
poses, you get me, and he's still gonna have a good time. He's still gonna be fun. That's what I'm getting just from his picture.
I've never seen this picture.
The fuck is this nigga doing?
I've never seen this picture before. That nigga got up there though, I ain't gonna lie.
But just based off of his nails, women like a man that's clean. Not all women, but a mass majority. And subconsciously, women want a man that is healthy. So you look for things like nails. He has no dirt under his nails, and his nails are glossy.
When you reach up, I go low.
Also, when he's filming these videos, it gives him mystery, which is a key component in seduction. He has it, you know? He's genius. He's slowing the video down so you can see his smile. He seems like a cool dude, but just looking at his videos, he makes sure that you see how good he looks. He's slowing down the clip and he got music. That's a fan edit. You know what I'm saying? Fan edits is the best thing to have because it's showing your best side. is really showing how beautiful you are, and it's creating an emotion with the slowing down of the clips, the different clips, your best clips, and it has a song with it, so people associate that with you. And the last thing I'll say is that I feel like a lot of women love him, go crazy over him. And what gets me is that women who only like girls go crazy over him. I think that right there should tell you everything about him. That was the one thing that made me look him up, was because lesbians were like, I love Duke down, and mean that. So he's somebody to look at, somebody to admire.
This image has basically started.
That's a girls thing. You ever think, would a nigga ever say, man, that girl's so bad, even gay niggas try to fuck on her? Nigga don't give about none of that, but she bad. Like, that's a girls thing. Like I said, this is a wild game, dog. This is a long video, but we gonna rock it. Fun.
A gender war between men and women over on Twitter, and I'm going to explain why. So this man posted, in the first reply to this poll, there's a picture of Ali Murs before and after a 12-week gym transformation. Do you think he looks better before or after? Are you male or female? So naturally the options are male before, male after, female before, female after. Well, you can already see the results. Men overwhelmingly thought he looked better after his transformation, whereas women thought he looked better before his transformation. Which in and of itself is conclusive evidence that the male and female gaze are completely different things. But of course, there are men in the replies saying that women are lying, women don't know what they want, women don't know what their preferences are, that they're just plain wrong.
Let me tell you something. Let this guy had a matcha in his hand, a dog in the background. What else? Shit. A mental health book right there. This would have changed. Okay, a dog in the background, a mental health book right there, a matcha in his hand. Over here, he had a beer. He had a football, some rope, or an axe. They would have definitely said he looked better over here. It's all about the aesthetic. Don't let these women listen to you. I'm trying to tell you, this is a terrible game, nigga. I'm telling you, you gotta know how it works, bro. Oh my God, this is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious.
Preference than those who prefer dad bods.
Oh yeah, let me go back.
Said women in this poll are lying. I know from experience how women feel about six packs. Okay, Michael. 1,329 females lied in this poll. Women that say they prefer dad bods may be more.
Don't tell women they lying though. But if you could tell them why they lying in a correct way, they might right word. But yeah, like these men are looking at it from the male gaze, and these women. But I'm telling you, if you had changed something in the background and you made it fit in the aesthetic, they would have went for it. It's all about the aesthetic.
Those who prefer jacked, but the women that prefer jacked are far more turned on by their preference than those who prefer dad bods. You'd rather have greater desire from a smaller pool. Would you? To me and many of the other women in the replies, this man, he's the type that's playing with your kids and sharing responsibilities around the house and being a good partner. And this guy, he's counting his macros and going to the gym 6 hours of the day.
See how just by looking, bro, I'm trying to tell you, see how by looking at the picture, she created a whole false aesthetic about what she perceived him to be. And this one, he might like dogs and might have changed his mental health and all that. And this one, the nigga would probably drinking beer every day. You just don't know. I'm trying to tell you, it's all about an aesthetic. She literally it was nothing about the way he looks. It was about the aesthetic she created based off the way he looks. I'm telling you, that's what it is. I'm telling you.
Okay, so I see. It's not necessarily they like telling stories in their brain other than like creating a situation rather than like seeing the person and be like, oh, this looks good to me.
It's about, I watched this video and I always keep recommending this creator. I forgot We Need to Talk. That's his name. And he made a video one day and to this, for the rest of my life, I'll remember it. Women are filmmakers. Women are, if you understand the concept of women are filmmakers, a lot of this will make sense to you. Women create stories with just by looking at it. This picture said 1,000 words. This picture, whether it was false or not, they created the story. It was a story they created in their head. And the story they created in their head, they wasn't attracted to. Men, we don't do that. We just see a fat booty. We like, oh, but she bad. What's up with it? Women create stories, aesthetics, all that. It's all under the same. It's aesthetic. It's an aesthetic. It's a story behind it. Women are filmmakers. If you understand that and the concept behind it, it will make a whole lot more sense on why they move like that. The creator is called We Need to Talk. And if you go down his catalog, is a video that says women are filmmakers. That will break down all of this on why they doing this, and it makes so much sense.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, like it looks good to them. They associate their brand like to women, like that looks good to them. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm really on their side, but just like they look good. That looks good to them. To them, because of the story that also comes. You gotta also think women are a lot more like emotional and do a lot more things like that. You know, as guys, we see one on the left, we see one on the right. We say this one looks good to us. She looks better here than she did at this point.
Yep.
That's just what we think.
Then just like that.
For women, it's a lot. It goes a lot more deep. The other side of the brain's working. Well, this looks good to me because, and then they give you the story as to why it does. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think is going on.
This whole situation just feels like further proof that men are more interested in showing off and performing for other men. And that when a majority of women voice, oh, that's not really what we're into, they say, well, you're wrong. But this is just my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.
It just was a little frustrating about all this. Is that it's very few women that know how to break down the psychology of why they like things. She couldn't even tell us that it's because it's a story behind it. She said it without knowing that she said it, but she said, and that's the why a lot of men have a lot of disconnect, because women are telling you something and you're taking it verbatim and you think that's what, but you're not reading in between the lines. And that's where the confusion come in at. And it's like, because not very few women can break it down like that. Like, even the guy that said that got the video that said women are filmmakers, he's a man breaking it down. And Dior just broke it down just like that. But I was like, oh, okay, I see what the issue is. And women aren't picking it. I ain't gonna say women all together not picking it up, but most of them aren't picking it up. They're not relaying it in that way, whether because they're doing it intentionally not to throw you off, or because they just not even realizing what they saying. So
look, man, I'm gonna keep this plain and simple.
I feel like both. I feel like it's both. Like, I feel like the women, that's true for women, but I also feel like at sometimes they be saying that, but the whole time they know. We seen how some women react to a nice, good physique. You know what I'm saying? Now he was on some different. He was, feel me? He looked like 1% body fat.
But remember what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about that the picture when it's like the before and after is the equivalent of going out in real life. This or that. You can't talk. You can't add an aesthetic. But let's say in that picture, like say he had a mental health book back there. His dog was in the background. He was holding the dog, and in the other hand he had a matcha. It's a whole different conversation now, right? And that's it, because you're telling them the story. And this is where, if you ever seen a video when they talk about performative men, they get it. Because they're instead of allowing women to create the story for them, they're just giving them the story. And that's why it works for them.
I mean, and also that could probably be a little bit intimidating, because let's say I'm dating a girl and she she might be thinking I'm about to be super on that with her as well. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That could be a little intimidating. Like, imagine you are a guy that's super into these macros and stuff, but your girl's not fully. You know, you kind of trying to have some influence, you know, like-minded people. You might think she kind of might be intimidated, like, I want to, damn, he gonna think of that. I'm about to do counting my calories down to the goddamn carbohydrate, but I'm not doing it.
Who's out there for you will be there for you, okay? Understand who you're attracting. This whole they don't really like a dude that counts his macros and he's into fitness and stuff. I don't know how much of this stuff is true, because honestly, these are not the guys that get the most love in real life. It seems like it's more of an internet thing. Do whatever is best for you.
That's
dress
what I'm
clean,
saying.
dress nice, know how to dress for the
Talk
occasion.
to him.
Understand who this may attract, but at the same time, don't expect it to attract anybody. Attraction is so subjective. Anyways, y'all, hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications and all that good stuff, y'all. Like I said, I'll be posting a whole lot in these next 14 days of this month, so make sure y'all are showing love to all the content that I'm dropping, because I am about to get surgery, so I don't know how much content I'm gonna be able to be pushing out next month.
Shout out that boy, man. Shout out to Tybuggy.
Shout out to Tybuggy. Shout out to Dior. Some of my favorite creators. I watch them probably the most out of everybody. And I react to them the most probably out of everybody. So shout out to them. You know what I mean? Hopefully, let's say one day, maybe all three of us can hop on a panel and just react to some shit together or something. I don't know how, if these two are cool or not. But, hey, I think that should be dope. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit older than both of them. I'm 31, and I know they like in their late 20s or whatever. So shout out to them. But we definitely should do something for real. I rocks with them. But if this video don't break the internet or something, y'all, I dropped some gems, dude. It's very few videos at the end of it. I'm like, bro, this one was it. This is one of them. This video, I know it's long, and if you made it this long, salute to you. But this is one of them ones. One of them, you made it this far, you rock with me, you rock with them, and you rock with this topic. We really like that. I'm trying to tell you, this is one of them ones for real. So if you rock with it, please hit the like button. Please share it with somebody that might need to find this useful. And also subscribe. Join the Prosper Gang. We're keeping the PG. There's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug. Just Prosper. T-shirts coming soon when I get monetized. But yeah, man, this is one of the ones. So salute to you. Put a spider in spider web in the comments if you made it this far. I will give you, one of y'all, a free t-shirt from the list that I see in this if you made it this far. Shout out to you when that time comes. But with that being said, remember, nothing is impossible. Well, maybe this philosophy is, but nothing is impossible to they who try. Till next time I'm out. Dose.